wanna be down with the king.
It's the Sports Kings. Sports Kings. Big Mike.
He might fall off the wagon in the next 10 minutes.
Rob Calloway.
It's about bringing talent. It's not about all the flash and glitz and glam.
Not your average sports talk show. The Sports Kings.
This is NFL legend, Work Done.
This your boy D. Howard, a.k.a. Superman.
I'm Jerome Bettis, the bus.
It's Cam Newton. Holla at your boy already.
This is Hank Aaron, and I'm down with the King.
Tell a friend, Kings is back.
And welcome into a Thursday evening on Sports Kings Live. Big Mike here with you. Rob Calloway will be joining us shortly, hopefully in the second hour. He has some things he needs to take care of this evening. So you're riding with me for at least the near future. First and foremost, we are Sports Kings Live. We're being heard via Spreaker.com and on the Spreaker app for your mobile device, any which one you may have on any format. Make sure you guys download the app. Follow us, Sports Kings Live, and then click the little thought bubble, and you can be a part of the show as well via our live interactive chat room. That's Spreaker, Spreaker, not speaker. It's like speaker with an R after the P, though. We're also on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Sports Kings Live, as well as Tumblr. I always forget that. And email sportskingslive@gmail.com. All right, my notes today are full of goobity-goo. The big show today, obviously. If you're a sports fan, you know we've got the NBA draft actually starting here shortly, and we'll try to bring you some of the picks live as they happen if we can catch them while I'm talking. As well as that goes, we've got some little bitty update on the Puff Daddy situation. Before I go any further, before I set the show up, I've got to make a correction. I made a boo-boo today. Today. Usually on Thursday, everyone has their Throwback Thursday thing they do on social media, Twitter and Instagram and all that kind of stuff. Well, usually what I'll do, I'll find a sports factoid that would normally go as a part of our daily segment on this day, and I'll post it with a picture on Instagram. So today, I was out and about and trying to get it done early enough, and I did what I usually do, Google today in sports history. And when I did that, I saw an article about Muhammad Ali or Cassius Clay. And it said, on this day in sports, Cassius Clay was convicted of draft dodging back in 1967. Well, problem with that is it wasn't on this particular day. That was what the title of the article was. It actually happened 5 days ago in 1967 on June 20th. So I hope I didn't make too many people dumb today, because I always talk about stupidity being a disease. And a couple of people, liked the post and all this kind of stuff. And I went back and I deleted it because after I realized it was wrong. After I posted it twice, as a matter of fact, because when I sat down to do my stuff for the show, the first thing I do is I go get the information for on this day. So while I'm looking at the stuff for on this day, I'm like, wait a minute, the Muhammad Ali thing isn't here. And so I went to another site to see, if it would be there. And as previously thought, I was wrong. I had the wrong date and I looked at the wrong thing. So, ladies and gentlemen, on that day, June 20th, Muhammad Ali went to jail for draft dodging. Okay. Also, today there was no question of the day. Got caught up doing a bunch of other foolishness, and by the time I thought about it, I felt like it was going to be too late to actually put the effort into thinking about or thinking of a question of the day. I initially thought about just posting if you were the first round or the first pick in tonight's draft, what would you spend? What would be your first big expenditure? And I still might go with that. If you guys want to, as I'm always talking about, join us on Spreaker, follow the show, the Sports Kings Live, and then hit the little thought bubble. You guys can get in on the conversation and answer the question as well. What would your first big purchase be if you were, let's say, Karl Anthony Townes? I believe he'll be the first pick taken tonight. So as well as the draft and our daily look back on this day, a story I didn't get to yesterday about the Little League phenom, Jackie Robinson West. They're back in the news as well today or yesterday, but I didn't have time. We didn't have time to get to it yesterday. another story that I had to kind of skip by. I guess it's now a cardinal sin if you criticize women's sports or anything that can be perceived as negative towards women who play sports. You become a pariah, and we'll talk about it. And we'll have some fun with it as well as the show goes on. The beer stuff yesterday totally blew that off as well, so hopefully we get to it today. 77 days till football. I'm giving you guys the countdown each and every day. 77 days, and it's just straight clownery and foolery going on. Just now, before we started the show, Wiz Khalifa performed on SportsCenter. Yes, she and the chick, Lindsay Zarniak. She says, yeah, a lot of players like to listen to your music before they go out on the field or the court. What do you like to do before you perform? Yeah, because she doesn't know. And he gave her this BS answer. Yeah, I like to listen to Marvin Gaye. No, the answer that everyone knows that you were thinking of, but you couldn't say because it's SportsCenter, is smoke. That's what I like to do before a show. Before pretty much everything, because I'm Wiz Khalifa. I like to smoke. I was like, why did she just ask him that? Now he got a lot to her. And he did. He kept it, he kept it what it is, and he said, he listens to music. Yeah, I'm sure you do, Wiz. While smoking. I didn't get a chance to talk about the rookie symposium wrapping up yesterday, where all the drafted rookies, which is weird to me. Only if you're drafted, you get to go to the rookie symposium and get the knowledge of ex-players and ex-coaches, and hopefully that keeps you out of trouble throughout your career. We all know how that ends up. Our Atlanta Falcons, our hometown here, I say our, not because I'm a fan, because I live in Atlanta. They're in the news for weird, the weirdery and the foolery. Yes, weirdery is a word today. On Thursday, June 25th, weirdery, word. And you gotta win ball game before you start pulling stunts. And we'll talk about what stunt I'm talking about with the Atlanta Falcons. And in the world of sports, catfishing is running rampant. There's some not so severe, and one close call, one very, very close call. But first and foremost, let me start off by giving you guys a quick update on the foolery that is this. I thought it was over yesterday. I thought once we had the conversation yesterday about the overparenting and all that kind of stuff, that would be kind of the bow on this situation, and we'll find out what happened. We'd find out what happens as far as the charges against Puff Daddy and these sort of things. Well, guess who was wrong? Me. Because last night I'm looking at my phone, watching this great show on PBS with my old lady about the origin of men and where we all come from. And all. Mark Cooper's in the building, everybody. I'm sorry. Mark Cooper joins us each and every night via our live interactive chat room. You can too via Spreaker.com. My hope is that Mark is not being selfish with the chat room, and he's actually spreading the word and letting everyone know that how much, hopefully, how much fun he has with us each and every night. Fingers crossed. If you're wondering why you're just hearing my voice, because Rob had he had another obligation he had to tend to this evening, and his hopes are to join us around 8 o'clock for the second hour of the show. Okay. So, yeah, last night, apparently, one of Puff Daddy's defenses is going to be that the coach has psychologically scarred young Justin. What? Obviously, it's quite obvious. And it's been obvious since the beginning of this situation that P. Diddy has no earthly idea what it is to actually play football, to actually be a part of the culture that is football. Now, I'm sure, because you guys have seen this dude on Making the Band and all that, making dudes walk, 50 miles for some cheesecake or whatever it was. You've seen it. So you would think he would have some sort of perspective based on, his life and, the thing. Not, trust me, I'm not in any way implying that those foolish shows are real. But what I'm saying is he at least had to do that or act that way for the show. And then this part, we talked yesterday about overparenting or or whether you're encouraging bad behavior. But we didn't talk about necessarily bad parenting, because I always talk about, and last night I said it, that, as a parent, your grade, you don't really get the grade on that particular test until you're done. Like, I'm 38 years old. My dad is done. I've never spent the night in jail. I was 15 and I got locked up for stealing at a store called Sports Town here in the Metro Atlanta area. It doesn't exist anymore, but good for me because I was banned for life as well. But as far as, anything serious, I don't have a bunch of kids running around here. I ain't never been on drugs or none of that stuff. So, me and my dad had a rocky relationship, very, very, growing up. But inevitably, as a man, I'm now seeing life through the same eyes he was seeing them through when I was a kid. And now we have a very, very good relationship, wonderful relationship. So my dad gets an A. He gets an A as a parent. You know what I mean? Me, I'm still in the incomplete stage. My son's 14. He can go either way at this point. So I'm in that old tug of war. So now my point in all that, talking about good and bad parenting, is he also says, this is Puff Daddy, saying that the coach had bullied Justin for over 3 years, or for over 3 years. He's a fourth year player for over 3 years. And this was the breaking point. See, because now it goes from yesterday me questioning you going to bat for your 21 year old man son to not going to bat for your 18-year-old boy son. You feel what I'm saying? It's like, if this dude has been bullying your kid since he's gotten to campus, it makes you an even worse parent for now. Now, 4 years later, 4 years worth of bullying by your account. Now you decide to do something. Yeah, that's terrible. And your kid gets on Instagram and says that you got his back all the time. Which one is it? Either you just let the bullying go, and like you said, this was the tipping point, or you've always had his back. What are we talking about here? Yeah, this whole thing is just weird. It probably, the best thing for it would be just to go away, for everyone involved. Tell, Mr. Combs, look, you don't need to be at practice. We got it. When we sign the boy, because they usually do this, they tell you that they're going to take care of him like they're his own, like he's their own. Excuse me. Well, the problem is, UCLA, legally, or not legally, but within the rules of the NCAA, they can't take care of that boy the way his dad would. He's got a Bentley. Need I say more? He's 16 years old, and he probably even got that Bentley no more. He's probably got something like, some like ridiculous foreign Aston Martin type situation. I don't know which one is more. Maybe the Bentley is more than Aston Martin. Some of you, Rob Report guys who subscribe to that stuff, all the stuff that you want in life, no, but I don't. See, Coop's a guy after my own heart. When I posed the question earlier about what would you buy with your first, what would be your first big purchase after being drafted number 1 overall? A custom Dodge Ram 3500. Big boy. You know what I mean? Big boy truck. You know what I mean? Something that exemplifies power. Yeah, my man. You notice he wasn't like who was the big dude that had the Lamborghini? Was it Rick Ross? Rick Ross. Yeah, when he was fat, Rick Ross. By the way, yeah, Rick Ross is in some trouble. Right here in Georgia, as a matter of fact. He had a house. He was having a house built, I guess, in Fayetteville, which is south of Atlanta for those who aren't from here. And got into it with one of the workers, pistol whipped him from what he's alleged to have done, pistol whipped him, and I guess in some way held him hostage because he has a kidnapping charge as well. That's pretty serious. They give dudes L's for kidnapping. Yeah, it's weird. You know what I mean? And I tried to check. Well, I didn't try to check. Let me stop lying. I wanted to, but I was doing important things to see if he got an album coming out. Because these dudes get locked up before they have an album coming out as part of the promo a lot of times. But I don't know. Those are pretty so serious, by the way, that God, I hate to feed this fire. Oh yeah, he did. Rob told me that. Yeah, he bought Evander Holyfield's old crib. Exactly.